Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be fixing the air conditioner on my Acura MDX. So the lakes just opened up and we've been taking the Acura out, been towing the boat, and we noticed that the air conditioner would turn on and off intermittently. Sometimes it'll just blow regular air, and sometimes it'll blow cold air. It leads me to believe that it's not leaking any Freon or R134, but rather it's probably something wrong with either the compressor itself or the relay that's turning on the compressor, or maybe both. One other thing that I noticed is there's probably a slow drain happening right now because the MDX actually had a hard time turning on when I first fired it up, even though I had charged it the day before or the night before. And so something is draining the battery, so it kind of leads me to believe that it's the relay. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we find. All right, let's go ahead and pop the hood. All right guys, to remove the fuse box, just grab all these tabs, lift it up, and there is an O-ring in here that you have to be careful. Looks like mine is already dried out and broken. Well, don't need to worry about that. All right, once you have the cover off, turn it around and it will actually give you a diagram of what everything is on here, because you're not going to know. But if you look right here on the top left, there's a snowflake icon. That is the relay that controls the air conditioning compressor. And then right below it, you can see there is the AC clutch fuse, so that provides power to that relay. So you'll want to check these. I'm pretty sure the fuse hasn't gone bad because the AC still works sometimes. But what happens is sometimes this relay, it gets stuck open or it gets stuck closed. You can tap it and sometimes it'll work. And so I think the vibration from driving is probably, making it kick on and off. So it's kind of a telltale sign that it's going bad. Sometimes this relay will actually drain the battery slowly because it just stays on and it draws power for some reason. So what you want to do to confirm that it is a relay without spending so much money and going to the dealer, they're probably going to charge you like $1,000 telling you your whole entire AC is broken, is if you look over here, there's other relays that look very similar to this relay, and all these relays are the same. As long as they're the same color and size. This green one obviously is different. It probably, has more amps to it. But this one is the same, this one's the same, this one's the same. And you can see here, this one on the top right here is the fog lights. So that's not going to be needed right now since we're in the dead of summer almost here. And then this one is a high beam, I believe. And maybe that's the headlight. I don't know, but we don't need the fog light, so what I'm going to do is pull that one off, put it over here, and then leave this aside for now. And then I'm going to drive around and see if the air conditioner, actually stays on and stays on consistently. And then the fog lights just won't work for a while until I get a new relay. Alright, so get yourself a plier or, one of these pliers. It doesn't really matter. And just go ahead and grab the relay and wiggle it, and it'll come right out. And you can't really, look at it and see if it's broken because it's actually broken inside. There's actually a coil in there, and these pliers are too big. Let's use these, yeah. Okay. So, one thing I noticed is these relays are different for some reason, the brand. Alright guys, we're over here on my workbench and I wanted to show you guys the two relays. So the top one is the AC one that I just pulled out, and the bottom one is the fog lights. And one thing I noticed right away, and I think this is why it failed, is because the AC one is actually lower quality. Well, I don't know. It's made in Vietnam. And I'm Vietnamese and I have no problems with the Vietnamese people, but if you've ever been there or know what kind of country it is, they probably skimped on things. So this is the one that supposedly failed, and I obviously know my fog lights work pretty well, so we're gonna go ahead and put this one in the AC compressor slot, and then we're just gonna leave this one out on the side for now. and then find a replacement if, you know, this one works. So let's go ahead and stick it in the vehicle now. Alright, so it only goes in one way. You just gotta look at the prongs back here and just line it up. And actually, there's a little notch on this side. It lines up with this notch. So just stick it in and push it all the way down, and that's it. And we're gonna leave this one empty like I said. And then just put the fuse cover back on. It only goes on one way, it looks like. And that's the wrong way. And then let's see if the AC works. So it's good that it's blowing cold. And I did notice that the compressor kicked on, so that's a good sign. Let's see. Yep. Alright you guys, as you saw, pretty simple fix. Hopefully it stays on, and I'm going to find out in a couple days here. I'm going to be driving it around and just checking. We'll definitely know it's working. You can see here, hopefully on my phone, it's going to be 103 tomorrow, and then 107, 107, and 102. So it's going to be blazing hot here in the next couple days. And my wife told me to stop working on the 4Runner and fix the air conditioner. So the part for fixing this air conditioner is not very expensive. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys, but I'm actually going to go the cheaper route and actually go look for one in the junkyard. A lot of these Hondas and Acuras, they share the same kind of relays, and so I'm going to go find an Acura TL or a Honda Odyssey or a Honda Accord and go look at the fuse box and see if I can find a relay. They're usually pretty cheap at the junkyard, and it's better than waiting around for a dealership. Everything's closed today. It's Memorial Day, and so I'm not going to be able to find a relay. I don't really want to go buy a cheap one at the auto parts store. As you saw, the overseas, Vietnam and Chinese relays don't last very long. I mean, granted, it did last this entire time. I don't know if this has been replaced before, because all the other relays in there are the Onron Made in USA ones, and this AC one is the only one that is the Mitsuba Made in Vietnam. So it's kind of suspicious that this is the one that failed only. So I'm going to go to the local pick and pull, because I know all the OEM relays are all the quality ones. Alright guys, off to the junkyard. Alright guys, just went to the junkyard, found an Acura TL that still had the relays still in them. I just picked up 2 of them, and we're gonna go ahead and put this back into the fog light. So I have my fog lights again. The AC has been blowing cold the entire time, so it looks like my relay was the problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get home and put this back in and finish the job. Alright you guys, as you saw, pretty easy fix, relatively inexpensive. It can even be free if you don't care about your fog lights. If you want to go my route and go to the junkyard, I think I paid about $5 for that relay. If you want to get a brand new one, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. Amazon actually sells some Onron ones. I don't know if they're actually OEM. They don't really have the same markings on them. I don't really know where they're made, but they do share the same part number. And you can get a 2-pack for about $15.99 or so. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys if you want to go that route. I chose to just go the junkyard route because relays hardly ever go bad, and usually the ones that go bad are the ones that are cheap, like the ones I showed you. So if you go and find yourself a quality one that's made in Japan or the USA in this case, they'll probably last you longer than the life of the vehicle. So it's better just to get an OEM one than to go to the local parts store and find some cheap relay. And usually if you go to the parts store, the relay is probably going to cost you more than the OEM one that I linked for you guys. Now if you go to the dealership, of course they're going to rip you off and they're going to tell you your whole entire AC is broken. But always start with a cheap fix first. Check the fuse and the relay, and if that fixes your problem, then great. And then the next thing is to check the AC compressor. If your AC compressor ends up going bad, then yeah, you're gonna have to go buy a new AC compressor, take it all apart, and put the new one in. It's probably gonna run you over $500 for an OEM one. In that case, you might choose to go aftermarket. It's probably gonna be a couple hundred, but just know that it's probably gonna fail because they're all cheaply made nowadays and they don't really last as long as the original part. So hopefully your fix is as easy as mine. It's just swapping in the relay and just calling it a day. Like I mentioned, if you have a battery drain, then most likely it's the same problem I'm having. It's just a relay going bad, and it's just a $15 or $16 fix for you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If this video helped you out, don't forget to hit the like button. If you like videos like this, I usually work on my 4Runner over here. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you have any questions about the fix, let me know down in the comments below. I read every single question you guys post. And as always, have a nice day.